Hello everyone, I'm Suhani Jalota and I am the founder and CEO of Mahila Foundation, an organization that focuses on women's health and employment in urban slum communities in India. I'm currently also a PhD student here at Stanford University and doing my MBA, studying health policy, labor economics, and trying to grow Myna to be the largest organization, really enforcing opportunities for women and empowering women all over urban slum communities around the country in India as possible. So we have big dreams and big ambitions. My goal for the organization and our goal for the organization with all of the slum community leaders and women on the ground is really that we develop the next generation of women leaders. And these come from the most unexpected places. We have women in all types of leadership positions in the country today. They're very limited and they're very self-selected. We need women across all different races and classes, and that's really what had inspired me to start Myna in the first place. I was first 15 years of age when I saw and heard stories of women walking long distances to a public toilet in the Dharavi slums, where they would be sexually assaulted on the way to the toilet. Men would count the number of times they were going to the toilet. There were cases of women being essentially turned away from hospitals, even when they were desperately in need, just because they did not have money to pay and women could not fight for themselves. There are so many times when husbands beat up their wives at home just because the women don't speak up. Time and again, it kept coming back to the fact that women felt that they did not have agency, that they somehow did not have decision-making power, and we needed to give them this decision-making power, that it really is their decision to make whatever they want to be and whatever they choose to be and whatever they choose the futures of their children to be in their lives. We don't want the next generation of girls to also follow the same path. We want them to be leaders. We want the next generation of girls to believe that they can do things, that they can do everything that they want to be and do and dream big. And for this, Myna is the bird, the chatty bird that speaks a lot. We want women to speak like the chatty Myna bird. And Mahila just means woman in Hindi. So the organization is called Mahila Foundation, an organization that really tries to strive to empower women to speak up about the issues they're most afraid to discuss aloud, and do this in a way that they're financially stable, standing on their own 2 feet, are employed by the organization, or are employable now by providing life skills that we can provide to them so that they can be employed by other local organizations as well. We're trying to improve their health, prioritizing menstrual hygiene, because this is one way in which we can help them to break the taboos around things that keep them silent and things that keep them chained in their own houses, speaking up, becoming confident to talk about their bodies and other issues, and then making men around them also comfortable to talk about these issues as well. And the third pillar, so we improve menstrual health and hygiene, and we build women's networks. We build women's networks because women can do incredible wonders if they're doing this together. And if they know that there are others around them experiencing similar struggles and challenges. But as girls, we're often brought up to be told, don't speak to your neighbors, it's unsafe, don't go out, stay in. With this, few girls tend to make good friends. They tend to trust others less. If you go out less, have less exposure, have less opportunities, it's very less likely for you to be able to make a great career and build your aspirations and meet them and meet your expectations. Your expectations and your aspirations tend to be really low, or they don't exist at all, and others create them for you, that we've often seen women do. There was a time when I asked a sibling pair, Vineeth, the boy, was asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said, I want to be a police officer. And he was very jubilant about it, and he knew exactly why. And I asked his sister, Kajal, who was slightly older than him, and she said, I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe what my mom does? These are the times that you realize that we've really not brought up our children equally. And it's my dream that we do. And there are many such women in India who are doing that. And I'm so inspired by women all over the world, but also some of our incredible activists in India, such as Ila Bhatt, who has been striving for empowering women across all different sectors for decades in India with Seva. There's Trisha Shetty in Mumbai fighting for the rights of sexual assault victims, really trying to hone in on the fact that we really need to be tackling the tough problems and not the glamorous problems. It's glamorous and it's trendy to talk about sexual assault today, but the solution is really to just fast track courts, is to build more fast track courts, to pour more money into the judicial system. Not glamorous, but something important to talk about. But if we have many of us women, many of us, the activists, women across all sectors and classes coming together to fight for all these causes, and the men coming together and understanding these important issues as well and not dismissing them as feminine, we can create huge change. How will we see change happening? If in 5 to 10 years' time we see that men are afraid that a woman can take his position, if men are truly scared that women can beat him in class, can actually surpass him at his job, that's when we know we've reached a time of gender equality. That's when we know that women and men can be treated equally. It's not social service that we are doing by providing women with their rights. It is our duty that women should be encouraged. Women should be aware of their rights. And it's not just women, it's any vulnerable group that we feel is not understanding or not able to currently foresee and see the opportunities that are available in front of them because of their circumstances. We just need to provide a push, some exposure that allows them to learn about a different norm. Then they get to decide which norm they want to comply by. We don't decide anything for them, but we just give them lots of different opportunities and experiences and exposure so that they can decide for themselves what they want to be. And if a girl gets that level of agency, we know that Myna Foundation or any effort to improve or empower women has truly worked.